Yo guys, just have to add Makitos back in. Give me a sec. There we go.
Yo.
Okay, I quote-tweeted the tweet where we went off like earlier. So can you guys go retweet that one? I know I'm asking a lot of you guys, but like you guys go retweet that one real quick just so we can get everyone back here. That'd be so clutch. I know I'll make you guys work tonight, but like might as well get everyone in.
Yeah, it'll be worth it. Let's get the link quick.
Oh, Hachi, I was asking before we went off, do you want me to go through like the structure of the tournament, so how we're gonna do it? Do you want me to explain that a bit more? Because right now I'm waiting for FNZA and I have you guys here, so I might as well. Let me know in chat if that's something you want me to do. I'll arrange it. Well, I have it. I just need to read it out to you guys.
Excited to see how the Valorant one turns out, because I mean I think I've seen a few, and I've seen some people cast them. I think Tendo is a good caster. Shaky as well, Shaky TV, great caster as well. He casts. There's actually school tournaments that happen for Valorant, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
With Kuro. And Shaky's actually casted quite a few of them, which is quite cool.
Yep. So, I mean, from my part, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've been using CAS a lot because, like, I play Valorant, but I've never hosted a Valorant Cup. So, you know, like the fine details, I would have loved to have it on you. Um, but unfortunately, it can't be. But I'll explain to you the structure. Yeah, let me explain to you guys the structure of how
Yeah,
it's
Panda.
essentially gonna be.
I love
Okay,
Panda.
let's check it out.
Panda's, yeah, that guy's gas. Big gas for the Valorant
Okay,
community.
so this is what I got. So here's the thing, like I explained to you guys before, essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the cup is there, but in order to unlock it, we need that like support. So we are gonna put another hashtag out just to like get you guys there. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, we got 400 votes from you guys the last time. So you know, if we can get the same support using that hashtags, it's gonna be freaking amazing. Because like I said, 10 grand is just the opening scene for us. This is just where we start. Um,
Yeah.
I've been speaking about Valorant lands to a couple of people I know and trying to see what I can work out because I feel like you guys haven't had the satisfaction of a LAN event as yet. So, I mean, hopefully soon that could be something. I
That
would
would be
love
really
to
cool.
put you guys in. But just to get the sort of like the planning side of things out, what we would do is if we were to start on November the 1st, it would be from November the 1st to November the 13th, we'd have signups and registrations. On November 18th, we would have the groups being like released. On the 21st of November, the league begins with the matches being from um, December 25th to January 4th, where we go on a Christmas break slash like New Year break, and then we would resume again from Jan 5th to January the 21st. Um, we would then go on to another short break from Feb 1st to Feb 5th, and we would come back again from 6th of Feb to 12th of Feb for quarterfinals. The 17th of Feb would be the first semi-final, 18th of Feb the second one, and then on the 19th of Feb we'd have um, basically essentially the finals. Um, the target that I would love to give you guys is at the end of the day it's a hashtag that I need to be used. So I would essentially do is is essentially put the hashtag there for you guys to use. And we're going to see how many people are using the hashtags. But as a goal, I would say let's at least match the votes you guys did by half. So I'm going to say if we could get 200 likes, right? And we could somehow match the comments as well. So if we could get 200 right across the board, 200 likes, at least like 100 to 200 comments, um and then retweets as well. If we could get again like almost 100 plus retweets, if that is possible, right? At the end of the day, anything is gonna help you guys. But if that is possible, I feel like it would be a really like sort of. I think that would be a good goal. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the more the better. Like, the more reach you guys can get, the better. Like, obviously, there will be a target goal, but the more you can read, like, if you can do more, do more. Like, spam the comments. Even if you commented the hashtag more than once, do it. Because the more reach and more impressions you get on a tweet, the more it's going to reach your followers and potentially other people too. So, for sure, even if you have homies that play Valorant that don't have Twitter, tell them to make a Twitter account. Simple. It's free. Go
For
like
sure,
it,
yeah.
retweet it. That's all you need to do.
For sure. I mean, I agree with that. I feel like what we essentially need to do is I'll put the goal at 200 because the votes were 400. So I'm literally halving that to just allow for um sort of gap. If we get more than that, that's freaking amazing. I'm happy. If we get around that, perfect. Um, but yeah, that essentially is my goal, Hachi. Um, I'm gonna start moving on to Fortnite a bit more, and then we'll obviously come back around and wrap around with any questions and all of that. But what I like, let me know if that sounds good to you, because I know like you're the guy, like you're the guy I go to when I need to know
I think
something. So
just say like the goal again. Like
it would be 200 likes, at least 100 to 200 comments. I'm not gonna say 200 as well because it's really hard to match it across the board. And then
yeah,
at least like 100 to 200 retweets would be freaking amazing. You know, if you got homies on TikTok, I know some of you guys have TikTok. Make a TikTok about it. Say, hey, listen, guys, GHC is gonna potentially be doing this cup. It would be huge if you guys could essentially like put this out there, because remember, a lot of the comment is not based on Twitter, it's based on TikTok. So that's another big thing.
true.
I'm not giving away my clicks mouse. You wish. Um, but besides that, I would love to move to Fortnite because I know Chubbs is waiting because I did speak to him about it. And for Fortnite, it's pretty exciting. And again, guys, if you're here with Valorant, do not leave. We're coming back. We're wrapping around, and then we're gonna go into the details because I know with Valorant, it's obviously a lot more details that need to be incorporated into it.
Think about
Um,
your guys' questions so long that you want to ask. If there's anything you want to know,
I'm using the like I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm maining the Razor mouse. It's my favorite Razor mouse. I'm not using the cheaper. I'm using a Razor mouse. But yeah, so Fortnite that I wish there was more of you here. There isn't, unfortunately, but we have exciting cups coming up. We actually have a few, so there's more than one. This is because obviously, remember, we'll have one region lock, but we also have the Fortnite Middle Eastern side of things that you guys can also go compete in. And I assure you, it is gonna help you improve a lot more. And there is that opportunity to win money. And I've been in the server and I've been taking notes, and I would just like to shout out these guys just because they did really well. Neymar and Boja won a cup in our server, or they won a game within the server, um, against Middle Eastern pros. So, you know, at the end of the day, I know you guys are freaking like amazing when it comes to placing despite that huge skill advantage. So I would suggest you play them either way and just sort of, um, you know, just use it to practice. At the end of the day, like I said, our biggest cup is gonna be like FNZA based, but we will have other ones which add on to the prize pool for you guys to play, because like I said before, we're trying to join this community. We feel like both communities have really huge potential, and it would be really amazing for us to see our home community as well as the community we've expanded out to come together, because that also adds up for a lot of other content. For example, we want to make content where it's like zone wars. We could potentially, like a BFC, for example, we could get like some ZA pros to play as like in trios with like some ME pros as well, and they could compete against each other just to have that growth. Because remember, at the end of the day, that does bring in a lot of viewership as well to the community. And if we have viewership, we have more investors come in, which is the end goal essentially for the community as a whole. Um, but just to get to the prize pool for Fortnite, which I'm kind of excited for, um, it's a big number. So to start off in Fortnite, um, this weekend, or I'll start off the whole prize pool from Fortnite coming in with the next few weeks is 40,000 Rand. It comes up to about 40,000 Rand, so it's a really big prize pool up for grabs. We have a 10,000 Rand cup happening this weekend, this coming weekend within the South African community. Um, we also have the day, 2 days before the 10,000 Rand Cup, we have another 5,000 Rand Cup happening within the Middle Eastern server, which is no bills. So you guys do have that opportunity to compete because it's not very ping based. At the end of the day, I don't play, so if it is,
Exciting.
mind me, but I was just told that. Um, Essentially, so we've got that, that
And if
40K going in.
so, if you're from ZA, you can play in the Middle East, right?
Yeah, you can. It's just that ping disadvantage. But at the end of the
I
day, like I
mean,
said, it's no
it's a good way
builds.
to improve.
For sure, yeah. Now I know that there is gonna be people who are gonna say, hey, you're putting, 10 grand towards Valorant and you're putting so much towards Fortnite. The thing that you need to keep in mind is the Fortnite cups are joined with the Middle Eastern cups as well, and the 10,000 Rand one is specifically um locked into FNZA. So your prize pool is actually matched. Your prize pool for South Africa is both 10K, 10K. Unfortunately, they obviously have that advantage because we have the Middle Eastern sub out. And I will do whatever it takes to make sure that we do have things happening within the Valorant. That is, for example, like I told you guys earlier, I'm prioritizing, to have a LAN event. And the game that I did want to go into for that, which is going to be easier to start off with, is Valorant. So,
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it's like I want to try and benefit both communities, but at the end, I also need to like the truth is all of the teams that you see in the community that are hosting, it's a business at the end of the day, right? And it's like we need to obviously structure things as best as possible. And it also depends on where we're going to get more viewership. Because keep in mind, from our Middle Eastern Cups, we're averaging on stream about 500 concurrent viewers at any time on our stream. So that does essentially, help with the team. And for Valorant, we're obviously looking to start there. We're matching the prize pools, but we're looking to start there and help
good.
grow the community. That way, when we do have more, we'll continue to obviously
If
host bigger
you
prizes and stuff.
Yeah, if you guys think about it, right? Like the Valorant community is quite strong in my opinion. In SA, like I've seen it a lot on Twitter, especially as someone that was coming new into the Valorant scene and starting to stream it. The community grew quite quickly, and this is just a small stepping stone into something that can be really, really big for Valorant. So you guys need to consider it like the more reach and the more you, as the community of Valorant, hype it up and try and get it like bigger, the better for you guys. Like this is great for like this is a great like stepping stone. Um, so yeah, I'd be pretty gassed. I'm gassed for the community. I mean, I'm not a comp player at all for Valorant, but I mean, it's gonna be super sick to watch. I'm super stoked for it.
For sure, and I mean, at the end of the day, the thing that you need to know is the guy organizing them is a Valorant player. So I might just do some sneaky things and see what I can do. And at the end of the day, we did plan, like I said, the vote was meant to be first cup. That's it, right? And realistically, that first cup was meant to be Fortnite. But I'm not gonna lie, like I can bring, like I know I don't need to, but I can bring anyone. I can bring Briz into the call. I can bring, a lot of my friends, and I'll tell you, I would sit up late at night doing this, doing that till like 2, 3 a.m. sometimes through load shedding, still working, battery back charge, just to make sure that I can do this cup for Valorant. And it's been the most stressful period of time ever because remember I had a week to get this organized because it's like I have a week until the stream and it's like I need to sort of like show the analytics we might potentially get. So I have to take a lot of figures and sort of try and find ways to come up with those figures and then move it towards a cup. So I hope you guys are happy with, you know, the announcement today. Like I said, I'm still gonna go into more detail, so nobody go. But I hope you guys are happy with that announcement. Um, but yeah,
You
I
want to
wanna.
take some questions? I think someone's asking in terms of admins, like who would be in charge of that. Obviously, it's gonna be like unbiased people for sure.
So yeah, I have a team, a staff team that specifically English speaking. in our GHC scrim server, they, at the end of the day, they're in the Middle East, they're not competing, they are not going to be biased in any way, they don't really, you know, care who's going to
Sure.
win here, right? So I will make sure that they are doing their job. Keep in mind, I will be there, and if there's any issues, you at me, I'll sort it out. But that is the main thing. I'll be keeping a very close eye on this. So Ripsy, as for the Fortnite tournaments, we wanted to do one this coming weekend. We were gonna start with 10,000 rand. Well, this weekend would be 15,000 in total. Um,
Mhm.
this weekend. If there is exams at the end of the day, we can always postpone. Like I said, we're here to work with you guys. So it'd be like, okay, cool, there's exams. Okay, let's postpone for another time. I'm happy to do that. I don't mind at all. Um,
I mean, you can see how that would map out in terms of like with the sign up weeks and stuff. You can see how it goes. You can set a certain amount of like players that you want in that like sign up week that needs to be hit for the tournament to actually go through. That makes sense.
For sure, yes. So we will definitely be sort of structuring them around exams. Keep in mind, guys, this cup is to sort of show off the potential that we have, because after this,
Yeah.
we can then not only um sort of we can then not only like put it towards ourselves to invest in these cups, we can also push it out to the brands that we work with, and we do work with several big brands. So at the end of the day, it's a matter of essentially getting these done and then hosting more. So it's not like oh, don't spend all the money now, like save. It's a matter of spending the money now so we can spend quadruple the money. I want to go into next year hosting enough for you guys to start saying, you know what, listen, like for example, I want some of you guys to be like, you know what, listen, I can actually like I can start practicing a lot more because I no longer have to, for example, work this part-time job because our team is competing well and I'm making enough of this to potentially, start doing it I wouldn't say a full time, but like a bit more full time, and also making it worth it for the organizations to then start paying these players higher amount depending on the cuts or splits or whatever they come up with contract wise. I'm not really going to get into that. Um, it will be this weekend unless I'll actually read to you. I'll hop in a call with you after this if you want to, and you just let me know like when your exams are, and then I don't mind organizing. But the main thing is just the price pool. We have 15,000 rand to start off with. The 5,000 rand one is going to happen this weekend because it is Middle Eastern based. So obviously, like if you guys want to play that, you're more than welcome to. If not, unfortunate. The 10,000 rand one is specifically for you guys. So you guys say, hey, listen, let's do it on this day, on this week. I'm happy to do that. But like I said, we have a total of 40,000 rand within the Fortnite budget
Huge.
now. So it's just a matter of structuring them in the best possible ways to make sure we get enough people in these tournaments. And I don't mind sitting with the Middle Eastern group as well to reschedule some of these tournaments to sort of like help you
Make it
guys
for everyone. Yeah.
out a lot more. Yeah. Um, Final start 31st. So for Valorant, like I said before, it's locked. If we can essentially get this unlocked, I can sit down because I do sit down with Archie and then now and I don't mind sitting down with you guys. Beanie, you can also come. Like I said, DM me, we'll make a call, we discuss. We have finals to say, and I don't mind structuring it off that because remember, these are community-based tournaments. You guys are the decision makers here. Obviously not for like the decisions like within the tournaments, but I mean you guys can decide when it needs to essentially go out and be played. But yeah, so those are the two that we're starting off with. Now, one thing that you guys need to keep in mind as well is we do have other things which are going to be happening, such as giveaways that I want you guys to keep a lookout for. Hachi, specifically you have your eyes on the G Pro. Maybe there's a G Pro giveaway. I'm not going to tell you what we're giving away, but it is our potential. For you controller players as well, one thing that GHC does have is scuffs. So yeah, there we go. Scuff controllers. So there is that potential for you guys as well as like other peripherals, headphones, all of the things across the board. So keep in mind the price pools aren't the only thing that there is. Not only that, we do have things like clips of the month. We have a community server coming up.
I mean,
Um,
if you
yeah,
guys think about it, the more you guys like blow the stuff up, like the better. Like the brands will notice it. They'll want to hop on board. I mean, the giveaways will incorporate a lot of stuff. Like there's so many brands that we work with. I mean, to name a few, like MSI. MSI is a great brand. Um, you guys can win some like merch, maybe like some mouse pads, maybe some even peripherals. There's combat games, USN combat games. I mean, I drink this stuff on the daily, like even to do assignments and stuff. Like this stuff keeps you locked. Uh, so even with combat games, you guys can win some combat games and so much more.
For sure. And I mean, at the end of the day, keep in mind that with these cups being announced, we do feel that there would be a lot more investment within the scene, and that is something that we will be working towards. So, with that being said, keep in mind that does mean that GHC might potentially step into a lot more games within the scenes and build teams within those specific games, such as like Valorant ZA teams, as well as get some FNZA guys within the organization. So there is that potential coming soon. So please do keep a lookout. The one thing that I do want to ask you guys to do, because I noticed that it did happen the last time, which I really want to prevent, is to keep up the hype. So essentially what happens is like I might put up this tweet now and I feel like everyone's gonna go blow it up. Like I said, Hachi, like 200, like likes, comments, retweets around there. And it's like we blow it up and then there's another tweet, more information for the stream, and no one really gets it out. And the truth is, if you're not getting that stream out, we have less viewers. If we have less viewers, we have less people knowing what's happening. If we have less people knowing what's happening, we have less people playing. If we have less people playing, well, that's really going to result in this sort of less investment because we won't really have much to work with, with our brands. Also, we need to keep that sort of constant growth on the page and then constant interaction with our tweets. At the end of the day, um, it's just a matter of like likes, comments, retweets, free. We're willing to provide the money for the prize pools. So this is like personal. I'm not asking on like behalf of GHC. I'm like personally asking you guys, just please keep that sort of engagement with our pages really high up, because Valorant is something that I do feel is growing within the scene, and it's something that I'm keeping a really close eye on. And like I said, it's a game that I play and I really enjoy playing it. So I am looking at where there is potential to host a lot more within the specific game. As for Fortnite, you guys have enough money right now, so let's make it work. Let's blow the tweets up because there will be tweets about the information. I really need you guys to get it out there. I will be posting a tweet after this as well for the Fortnite thing, and I need you guys to blow it up. I'll hop in a call with Reepsy. I'll hop in a call with Beanie, Haji, whoever you guys want me to hop in a call with, and I'll discuss dates to make this a lot more easier for you guys.
I mean, if you also think about it this way, like say for instance, you are a really crack Valorant player, you're not signed to any organization, you're a really crack Fortnite player, you're not signed to any like organization. This is a great way for you in the community to build a name for yourself and get known. And who knows, potentially get picked up by somebody, or even just building your name in general. This is great for you. Like this is a stepping stone for you guys. Like this is for the community at the end of the day.
For sure. And something I want to keep you guys in the mix with as well is all of our tournaments of our bigger cups will happen over the weekend. It's something I do want to show you guys about. And like I said, we'll try and structure it around load shedding. I know it's the biggest inconvenience ever, and I hate every second of it, but
So
we will try and like structure that around. As for like prac, we'll have prac throughout the week on both the Fortnite server, like for South Africa, as well as the Middle Eastern one. And essentially what we're going to be doing is we're like, if you're, let's say you, like a lot of people in ZA have load shedding right now, you have that opportunity as a Fortnite player to go practice on the ME server because that's not something they struggle with. So throughout the day, you're still getting prac whenever you need it 24/7. If you want to wake up at 3 in the morning, we'll play prac. I assure you the Middle Eastern thing is still going to be active. Go there, go play your prac. In the morning, plays at a prac. We'll always announce when we're having prac, so it allows for us to fill up a lot more, and there will be rewards from the prac, such as like when it comes to new season, we'll do battle pass, like V-Buck giveaways. As for Valorant as well, we'll be doing Valorant point giveaways and bundle giveaways. I am trying to organize for us to do a Ion bundle giveaway at the moment, so just like stay on the page, stay in tune for that because it's really good bundle. As for GHC VALZA team, there is potential for that, like I mentioned earlier, because we are investing in the
yeah.
scene. There is potential for us to build that. I just need to find the players. At the end of the day, I feel like we have so many talented players and there's just so many people to look at right now. So, I will definitely be looking in. And keep in mind, I'm watching these tournaments. So if I see that talent and I see that potential, just know after that tournament, you open your Twitter, I'm most probably going to be there in your DMs, like, yo, let's have a chat sometime. So these are a lot of things that I would like to do within the scene. So keep in mind, we do have that potential of coming back
Yeah,
into the scene.
Mango's nasty.
For sure, yeah, Mango's a really good player. Always
Yeah.
watch him play. Hachi, I know,
Um,
is a really cool player. For sure. Yeah, so I'll definitely drop you a DM. Like I said, be in contact with me. I need you guys, if you have the questions, to come and DM me and just like whatever you have. If it's a dumb, if you think it's a dumb question, if you think it's a good question, just send it to me. I'm not gonna scream at you. I'm gonna try and help you because at the end of the day, you're playing our 20s. I need you there, so I'm happy to explain whatever you need me to. But these are just essentially the biggest things that we want to do. And one thing that I do want to do is I want to have questions from you guys now. I'm going to give everyone the opportunity to ask your questions. Not only ask your questions, but also tell us what you think we should be doing and something that you think we should know before going into this. You know,
yeah.
therefore we can really properly plan out.
Any advice, feedback, stuff you've seen in tournaments in the past that can be corrected or be better, shoot it Ops' way, or shoot it any JT member's way, and we'll relay the information to Ops. He's a great guy, guys. He's super understanding. Just pop him a DM. He's not gonna bite you. Um, I saw a question as well. Is there any prizes for clip of the week? I'm 100% sure there's going to be. So make sure you guys are clipping. Make sure you, if you hit a clutch, make sure you got your clipping software ready. Yeah, I think it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, for sure. So we will do clip of the like it's clip of the month. Actually, we will be doing that for sure, and there will be prizes. Not only that, but something that I want to announce to you guys is with our cups happening, we will have player interviews with each and every person throughout the whole entire like few games, and they will be posted almost immediately on our socials for those people who unfortunately cannot be in the stream, so you can keep up with what people are happening. We'll have montages coming on our page, like the best clips in like the Valorant League this month, and we'll post them out there. Not only that, but like I said before, we will be streaming absolutely every game within our Valorant leagues as well as our Fortnite tournaments to make sure that you guys um are really getting put out there and showing to the community, because I totally understand that a lot of you guys don't end up getting to the finals or semifinals, but you still want to see yourself on stream and have the people who want to support your team be there to support you guys, because it has really big impact in the way you guys play. If you have a group of people there supporting you guys and really, like
Sure.
pushing you guys to do a lot better. Um, but yeah, so
And
these
in
are
terms
definitely the
of
things that I essentially want to do. I have that of your thing. There we go.
in terms
These,
of
yeah,
casting as well, I think something that will definitely be a thing is the people that cast the games will be people that have played the game and have knowledge of the game. So it won't be someone who's like like quote unquote a caster that has no knowledge of the game. Like there'll definitely be people casting the game that like they're part of the community, like they know like what's going on like with the game, which will be really cool too.
for sure.
Um,
Yeah. At the end of the day, one of the biggest things that we want to do is we want to incorporate you guys as much as we can. We want to build that community because I feel like it's time that we all come together to really push this community out there. It's something that we haven't done for a long time. I mean, I've been sitting and watching the community sort of break apart because so many people have no support for each other. And like
yeah,
I said before, and I will say it again, within our Valorant tournaments and our Fortnite tournaments within the country, there will be zero tolerance for things such as like toxicity, racism, sexism. You guys essentially know the gist of it. I don't have to explain to you what
yeah,
can't be said and what can be said, because I'm sure all of you guys know this already. But there will be zero tolerance. That means if you do get put into that situation, you will have a permanent ban on our platform, and unfortunately will not be able to compete um, again, which is unfortunate, but it's the only way to prevent,
I
you
think you
know,
said in the last stream it's a two strike. Uh,
yeah, we'll have a
a
two-strike
two strike
system. Obviously, it
defense.
depends on the seriousness of the
Yeah,
issue. For example, things like racism will not have a two-strike. It's something that we just don't tolerate, and you would have, you
okay.
know, essentially an immediate ban. And I mean, besides that, like I said before, we are just trying to grow this community the right way. And in order to do that, we need to make sure that we're unbiased and we're doing things by the book. So soon enough, you guys will notice we'll have a website up. It will be on the GHC website, will be a tab for tournaments. And on there, you can read through all of our rules. You can look through our team, and you can get in contact with us. If you're ever looking to plan anything or you have any suggestions at all, we will have suggestion boxes within our server. in order for you to obviously drop a message and say, hey, listen, I think you guys should potentially do this, and we'd be like, okay, cool, let's do it. Like I said, we're here for the community, so we're open to obviously what you guys want to do. That's gonna be the biggest thing for me, I think. And I think we're gonna put together a GHC South African team. Well, all we have right now is me and Marquinhos. No one else plays Valorant, unfortunately. So, you know,
Uh,
um, it's a bit of an unfortunate situation, but we might need people to come forward for us, or else we're just gonna have to 5v2 you guys. So kind of crazy like that, to be fairly honest. Um, but yeah, so that's the gist of it. All I'm asking you guys to do now is some questions. After this, I'm gonna be putting the tweets out. Val guys, you know your goal. We're looking for
yeah,
200 likes, 200 comments, 200 retweets. Let's try and match it. Um,
200 across the board. If you do more, even better, guys. Just keep in mind, the more you gas the tweet, the more likes, the more comments, the more retweets, the more coverage that tweet, the more impressions that tweet gets, the better. Like the more people will, like, at the end of the day, you want to see that the community is there and they want this. Like the more the better. Like it just is what it is.
For sure. I just want to point out something because I just opened the GHC page now just to essentially point it out. I got a like a question. I'm gonna put it a question on the GHC page. Someone said, so just asking, why do you guys post a poll but you don't take the votes of the poll by deciding the winner? So what was the use of the poll then if you don't use the results of the poll? It's a simple example of someone who joined the stream, heard about the Valorant tournament, closed their YouTube, and they were like, GG's guys. So unfortunately for him, he does not know that we are doing 40,000 Rand in total into Fortnite. Um, which is unfortunate for him. At the end of the day, I feel like if we have people like that, just as a big example, these are the types of people that we're trying to essentially flush out and try to bring those people who really want to work towards growing a good community there. So, at the end of the day, hopefully he sees the tweet because I would love to have him play despite the comment. But if not, unfortunate, GG's for him. I will be making the tweets now, so give me a sec on my phone because I don't want to change anything on my PC. Um, so the hashtag, guys, is going to be SAValCom. I'm going to post it on the tweet, and essentially all I need you guys to do is push it out there as much as possible in order to get the max engagement, impressions, whatever. Um, and like I said, retweets, comments, everything. So, Hachi, I know you're the guy who gets the most guys there, so I will be posting it now. Hopefully, you check it out. It will be on our page. Thanks for tuning in, Hachi. Um, as for the rest of you guys, please, now is the time for your questions. Um, I would love to hear some of them. Not even questions, suggestions, anything.
Yeah, anything. Anything you guys want to say? Any like feedback would be great. You wanted like, what do you guys think about the tournaments? What's advice would you give? Do you guys like the way it's structured? Um, Atlanta at Comic Con for that would be really cool. I would be down. I would be down to watch that. That would be sick. Yeah, that is true. So I mean, but the thing is, that's why ops halved what the goal is. I'm pretty sure you can reach it because like if 400 people can comment, 400 people can potentially like and also retweet. And if you quote tweet it and retweet it, like the quote tweets and retweets will be added together as retweets overall. So don't stress about that too much.
Okay, I have something from Bojo in my DMs. Um, okay, I want to tell you guys this. I forgot to tell you guys this. Guys, a good thing is we are one of the only teams in the Middle East right now. I know there's some in South Africa that has the Fortnite spectate tool, and we will be spectating the games accordingly, which makes it more enjoyable for you guys because you're able to see a lot more things within the cups. Not only that, but we will be working on potentially getting the one for Valorant as well. I'm speaking to guys because we know people like our Middle Eastern guys know people at Epic who we've managed to get the spectator for our stuff. So I'm trying to work on something for Valorant as well to make the experience more enjoyable instead of going through the what do you call it, this like the spectating little thing, just to make it more enjoyable for you guys again. As for the casters for Valorant ZA, we will be essentially looking at who the community would like to cast. Just because, like I said, this is for you guys. We want to make it enjoyable for you guys. Therefore, we feel it's best you guys decide who you want to come on board. But at the same time, I do want to give everyone an opportunity. So I do think we will switch it up now and then, but we have two casters
Yeah,
here, two casters there, just to essentially give everyone a chance to show themselves. That's the whole point of this. We want to grow this community, whether you're a manager, a player, a content creator, a caster, whatever you are, we're just aiming to grow the community as a whole. Um,
true. Very true. I
so
mean, there's some
Kang,
great
as
casters
for
already.
Kang, as for the 200 likes, we'll do 200 likes, and then for the comments and retweets, I said if we match it across the board, like we all have it equal, that would be amazing. But the main thing is to see how many people use the hashtag. So if we have like a crap ton of people using the hashtag, that's essentially what we're looking for because that's going to show us the main thing. So the hashtag is the most important thing, which would be the comments. So if we can just get a bunch of comments which are with that hashtag, we have a monitoring tool set up to monitor that hashtag so we can count how many people actually used it. Not only that, but even if you're making a post yourself and you're in support of the hashtag, go onto your own page, make a post, use the hashtag there as well. So use the hashtag wherever you can because even if it's not in our own comment section, but you're still using that hashtag, it still um, counts. Will you ever expand the prize pool so players that place top 10 will get money? I would love to do that. Obviously, it wouldn't be like as high as the top. Everyone knows that. I don't know. I'm kind of dumb to mention that. I know you guys already know that, but that is something I do want to do. So I do want to try to benefit a lot more people because I know that a lot of the time in the tournaments in South Africa, the same people are essentially winning. So I would obviously try as we go on to expand the prize pool to allow for more people to win. Not only that, but like I said before, we will be doing like clip of the month. So there is that opportunity, like and some
True.
other small mini tournaments. So there is that opportunity to win money, even if you're not winning the bigger cups. Um, so the prize pool for the Valorant, for essentially the Valorant tournament for the 10K would be well, what I'm essentially trying to do is I have another goal that I want them to reach, and I'll add on to that in a sec. But as for the prize pool for the Valorant tournament, we would most likely do it. It will most likely be essentially like the 5,000, and then the 3,000 and 2,000. So it would be 5,000 to first place, 3,000 to second place, and 2,000 to third place. Um, for the for the cup, sorry, for the cup. Um, and the cup would essentially end. So I know you missed this. I don't know if you were here at the start, but I will read out to you. Sorry, I switched. You guys can't see him now, but the cup would end around February 19th. That would be next year. So the cup would be a full-on league. Therefore, it would continue into next year, February 19th. We decided today to change it to a league just because it allows us to get much more players in, much more content in to make sure that we're really, getting that interaction and engagement. Therefore, we've opened up the signups list for a long period of time to allow for as many people as possible to play. Um, but yeah, and obviously we will be doing like MVP, and stuff like that. So if you are an MVP, I'm gonna try and work out from GHC side to give players who are MVPs bonuses. Therefore, if and also keep in mind we will be giving people prizes for best clip of the tournament. So if you don't win finals, but you have the best clip of the tournament, there's an opportunity again to win some money. So the main thing is we're essentially trying to benefit absolutely everyone, despite you potentially not being the winner of the tournament. Because like I said before, I do understand that a lot of the time within the Valorant community and within the FNZA community, you have the same person winning over and over again. But yeah, so that's another big factor that we're putting into play as well.
There's a
Um,
lot of multiple ways that you guys can like win. It's not just gonna be like the cup. Like the cup's obviously the main thing. But there's gonna be different like routes and avenues for you to be able to win like something. Like if it's hitting a clip of the month, clip of the tournament, being the MVP of the tournament, there's going to be multiple factors that you guys can potentially get or strive to, which is great.
For sure, yeah. So essentially, that's what we're trying to do. Like I said, just benefit everyone who competes in our tournaments to further push people into our tournaments. There's a nice thing that we do in our GHC scrim thing, which I also want to implement. So one thing that I do know about the current servers that we have within the like Discord servers within the South African community is they're very inactive. So for example, if you go into the Valorant EU server, there's hundreds of messages a day for like people looking for a group to play with. Whereas the RSA server, it's very hard to find people because essentially what happens is a lot of people aren't really focused on that server. So in order to create that chat activity, what we do in the GHT Scrim server is randomly, like every now and then, we'll drop like a nitro gift in the chat, or we'll do a random giveaway in the chat. That means if you are active, you could just win. Like you wake up in the morning, you load up your Discord, you're like, oh, giveaway, and you might just win something. So it's like that's what we're essentially trying to do to keep the chats active to further grow that communication throughout the community and to push people to sort of communicate more and get to know each other. Not only that, but we are doing 10-man cups. So for example, sometimes on my Twitch or Makinos, if you want to do it on your Twitch, you can stream 10-man cups. And what the
Pretty
benefits of
cool.
this is we have teams of 5v5 which are random. Therefore, for example, let's say you really love like watching Hachi's gameplay and you're a really big fan of him when he competes and you really want to learn a lot from him, there is that potential to come compete and you could play with someone like him no matter what rank you are. And the reason why we're doing that is to incorporate the multiple different ranks because I do understand that for someone who might be silver or gold, it's hard to compete in a tournament where you're playing a full immortal team. It's almost impossible. And trust me, I've been there. I've played one cup in South Africa, I'm not gonna lie to you. And Mango's team at the time kept killing us in spawn. Well, not in spawn, but like on that specific like for example, they I think we're playing Breeze and they kept killing us on A main because we could never entry site, and I don't know why we kept going the same site. Don't ask me. It's a very long time ago. But yeah, so we do want to give everyone that opportunity to benefit. Like I said, no matter what rank you are, no matter how good you are, no matter what you're playing on, um, no matter where you place within the tournament. So essentially it's benefits for everyone. I hope you guys sort of like that plan. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's also a great way for people to find other people in the community that they necessarily didn't know about that plays Valorant, for example, which is great.
for sure. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I feel like the main thing to do here is just to get everyone involved. That's the biggest thing. The more people we have involved, the more people we can essentially get to play in these tournaments, and the more people we have in these tournaments, the more viewership we have. The more viewership we have, the higher the cups go, the more benefits they are to the community as a whole. So that's just one of the big things. I'm gonna tweet this, so while I'm silent, I don't know if you want to keep them entertained for a sec, check if there's any questions. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna tweet
sure.
this out.
Um, yeah, I think it's gonna be great. It's a good way for you guys to have a stepping stone into something. For example, like I said earlier, if you're an up and coming Valorant player, Fortnite player, and no one's heard of you before, but you're like insanely cracked at the game, this is a great way for you to make a name for yourself. Um, it's a stepping stone. It's a lot of the time the way people have made their names is through tournaments, which is great. So it's great for you. Like Op said, it's gonna be a way for the community to come together as a whole, not just like for the comp players. Like it's gonna be like for a silver or gold player who stays in South Africa that doesn't even know there's a Valorant community. It's a great way for him to find out there's a Valorant community and who knows, improve his gameplay, which will be really cool. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but tens actually, if I could be completely wrong with what I'm saying. Someone told me this today, so don't. I'm not gonna vouch that this is accurate information. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure tens. Someone told me tens used to play for the ATK team with CS:GO, and that whole ATK team got picked up by Cloud9, and they got moved over, which was actually pretty insane. So this is a great way for you. Who knows? Maybe this tournament the Valorant tournament picks up traction, and some EU people see it, they get interested, they'll be pretty like excited about that, and yeah, and they can jump in, do that.
Yeah, thanks for asking. You did miss it. So what we're essentially doing to incorporate for the skill difference or the rank difference is we will be hosting cups for from different ranks as well. So we will be doing cups for the higher rank community as well as the lower rank community, as well as doing things such as 10-man cups. So 10-man cups like random five-a-side teams. Therefore, what we would do is we would have a team of five of people who haven't ever played with each other, which could be like hot shoes and mortal. Let's say like I'm silver, someone else that's bronze, and the other team could be essentially equal to get those guys playing together and communicating in order to ensure that people, like whether you're lower ranked, higher ranked, you still have that same opportunity to win money, as well as us doing like the major cups for the lower ranked guys as well. And then we have things like clip of the month. So the best clip of the month wins some money. In our cups, in our bigger cups, the like best clip of the tournament wins some money. So you don't even have to win. If you just have like a really sick clip or a really sick trick shot that you hit, you have that potential to win money as well. So it's like right across the board, whether you place the best, whether you place the worst, whatever rank you are, whatever you play on, you have an opportunity of benefiting, which is the biggest thing that we're trying to achieve here, is to make sure that everyone across the board benefits. Okay, so the tweet is
Yeah,
out
it's true.
right now. Guys, the tweet is out for Valorant. I need you guys to go like, comment, retweet. Each of those things are required, as well as use the hashtag in the comments. The hashtag is the biggest thing here because, like I said, we have something monitoring the hashtag. So the more use of the hashtag we have, the better. Like I said before, it doesn't only have to be in our comment section, but if you're gonna post something about Valorant, please use the hashtag as well, so we can really push the hashtag out there. But yeah, it's the most recent thing on our page. Just go for it. Pero
Actually, it's crazy. Tens actually did play for 80K, and they did get the whole team roster did get picked up. So who knows if you guys blow up the Valorant tournaments, who knows what could happen? Maybe a EU team could see
for
an up and
sure.
coming team, and you guys could get picked up. This is a great, like I said, this is a great way for our South African scene to be seen as a competing community, which is great. So the more you guys blow it up, the more you, like I said, hit the goal, even blow it up 200, like hit the 200. But if you can do it more, do more. The more outreach, the better.
For sure, no, I totally agree. And at the end of the day, one of the biggest things as well is we're trying to incorporate as much of the Middle Eastern as well as South African community together. We're trying to branch you guys together. And essentially what happens is instead of playing in front of a stream of maybe like 20 people, we're gonna have close to like 600 people on a stream watching you guys play. Therefore, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have a huge community base watching you play, and if you impress the right person, you never know who's popping in and out of the stream. There is that opportunity to get picked up, and the reason why I know something like this can work is because I spoke to a guy when we just moved to the Middle Eastern region, and he actually went to the same school as me a really long time ago. Um, but he lived in South Africa, and right now he's playing for one of the best FA Valorant teams in the Middle East. And by FA, I don't mean he's like they're literally top two within the country, and then their team is FA at the moment. So it's a thing to realize as well. There is that opportunity to get picked up even to the Middle East, which has a lot of investment there as well. Specifically for Valorant, I was actually speaking to someone about the Valorant Cups and there's plans happening. And obviously from there you have that opportunity to move even further. Not only that, but like I said, with the huge amount of prize pools based off the reach that we get, there is that opportunity to say, hey, listen, like let's say right now you have a team that's competing really well and you guys are making enough to the point where it's worth it to put a lot more practice into your games. That also benefits you a lot more because you might be able to take this a bit more seriously. But yeah. For sure, the bigger the reach, the easier it is to get the brands involved. Like I said before, we have these brands that we're working with. So what we're essentially trying to do is we're trying to host these bigger cups. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the reach that we get from these bigger cups and the analytics that we can put together, and we're gonna send it to those brands and ask them if they would like to also get involved to then host an even bigger thing together. So that is the end goal. We do have, I spoke to Chubbs about this. I'm not going to leak it because it's pretty cool, but I did speak to Chubbs about the potential of some sort of the sort of a development that I have that I'm sort of putting together for the coming future going into like 2023. I haven't spoken to anyone about it, but he really liked the idea as well. And trust me, it's gonna be huge for the community. But yeah, so if we have any further questions, we can answer them. And I think we're basically sorted for today for the um for the stream. But yeah, so if anyone has any last minute questions, we'd love for you guys to pop them into the chat and let me know how you guys feel. If not, now would potentially be the best time to um end the stream, I think.
I'll blow the tweet up, guys. Go like, comment, retweet, hashtag SAValcom. Let's get it rolling. Let's see what the community can do. I'm pretty sad that you guys lost the thing to Fortnite, but it is what it is. At least we still have something huge coming for it, and this is still a stepping stone for you guys, so it's gonna be pretty exciting. I'm stoked.
For sure, and I totally agree. For those of you who are here from FNZA, I will be putting up the tweet to announce the cup as well soon. So just give me a sec. I'll most likely do it after the stream. And then you guys can also get that out there. But yeah. So I don't think we have any questions because I haven't seen a comment since. I'm hoping we've essentially answered everyone's questions. Like I said before, guys, the servers will be up soon, as well as my DMs are always open. My Twitter is on the overlay. Feel free to DM me, ask me whatever you want. Feel free to DM anyone at GHC and ask them whatever you want, whether it be in their streams, on their Twitter. If you know them personally, ask them. They'll direct it to me, and I'll get you an answer. I'm open to any suggestions you guys have to further, help you guys out, and I'm prepared to take the time to, sit and really look at what you guys want to do. Not only that, but something I really want to ask you guys is FNZA, you guys have the cups, you have the big cups. Go and support Valorant right now because I know a lot of you guys play. And if you guys could support Valorant to get this cup going, would be really huge for them. And it shows that community coming together to help each other out, which, in my opinion, would be really amazing for you guys. But yeah, so without further ado, I think we're good to go to end the stream. It was nice chatting to you guys. Thanks for coming out. And we
Make
will
sure you guys
see.
turn on the post notifications, guys.
Oh yeah, for sure. The post
Discord,
notifications.
Discord, Twitter, have those notices on, guys. It's important. You never know, you'll miss something.
For
I
sure.
promise.
Right. Perfect. So we'll chat to you guys soon. Hope to see you guys soon in our next tournament. Goodbye, guys.